Yeah, it keeps on saying it's preparing.
Now we are.
We're live.
Yeah. Hi guys.
Hey.
How have you guys been?
Fine, Judah.
Been good.
Good.
Good to see you guys today.
Good to see you.
Good. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Paulette.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Susie.
And good to see you, everyone logging in.
Yeah.
Hey. Wow, it's another Sunday. Yeah. We've done this for almost 2 months.
Wow.
Congratulations, guys. Yeah.
Oh, really? 2 months?
Yeah, almost.
We're 2 months.
Almost, yeah. Wow.
Almost there. Yeah.
So
Thank
good.
you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys so much for your support, for the feedback you've given us. Thank you so much for your prayers. And today we have an amazing topic that everyone has been asking us to talk about, and it's about schools are closed. What next? What do I do with my children? It's what? August, September, October, November, December. 5 months. Will they really remember what they were taught? 5 months at home. What do I do with them? So today, I'll ask my team to introduce themselves as usual. Judah, then Paulette, and Zuze. Karibuni sana, introduce yourself, then we dive into the topic.
Asante sana. So my name is Judah Ama, aka Judah Domino. So I'm a youth pastor, missionary, poet, about to become an author. So yeah, I'm just loving this season. I'm happy to be here with these amazing people. So yeah.
Awesome. Mimi ninaitwa Zuze. Kutoka Malawi. I'm a youth pastor, a rapper, a graphic designer. And yeah, pretty much that's what I do. I work with teenagers as well. Yeah.
Okay, I am Paulette Wairimo, youth pastor, financial analyst, and I am so happy to be back here again. Yeah, and excited.
Wow, yeah, thank you so much. And my name is Rosalind Keegan. I'm a marriage and family therapist and the founder of Intentional Parenting for a Better Life. Wow, so today, let's dig in. Let's dig in 1 hour into this. So, CS Education announced that schools will be opened in December. No, not in December, January. So the children are at home for 6 months since he announced. Yeah. So that means there is no school. So parents, if you're listening, you sit with your child, with your children from now, from when did he announce? He announced it in July until December. That is 6 months. So the questions we are asking as parents, what are we going to do with these children for 6 months? Yeah. What are we going to do with them? So I'm throwing it back to you as young people who work closely with these young people, with the youth, yeah, with the teenagers, with the adolescents. You talk to them, you work to them. I want us to give us ideas. What do we do? Because most of these teenagers are saying that some of our ideas that we are giving them are old school. They don't understand. So we learn to understand the new school ideas. Yeah. What do we do? And maybe I'll start with Zuze. There's one thing I'm saying that it is just, do I call it it's just mind blowing. And my daughter really pushes me to do some few moves in that, and it's called TikTok.
Yeah.
Please tell us, I mean, really, is it okay? Do we just, is it part of what you can allow them to do? Can you tell us more about that? I mean, is TikTok part of it?
I think, yeah, very much. I would endorse TikTok. You know, every platform, every social media platform has its pros and cons. But when you look on the side of the advantage that it gives, there's a lot of creativity that happens on TikTok. Young people are very energetic. They're very smart. They're very creative, and TikTok offers that that platform that they can easily do stuff that I know you have seen videos where people are disappearing, people are switching cameras in a way, they're doing dance moves, they're doing transitions that are awesome. And it's because that platform offers those skills for those kids to learn. And you would be surprised that some people are actually good actors. You can realize that your kid is a very good actor, or a very good dancer, or, you know, a very good cook, whatever it is that they're doing, because TikTok offers that wide range of them to do whatever they can with it.
So basically, we say TikTok is part of creating content, and
Yeah.
it's helping the young adults or the teenagers think through and be creative on the little things that on the environment and what they can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about, I've had things like vlog and blog. Paulette, tell us. I mean, I just
Yes. A blog is something you write. It's like you're writing a story, and I'm so sure that everyone has a story. If you're a creative writer, there are those small stories you give or you share an experience. So that's a blog. And then a vlog is most likely on YouTube. Like, it's a video. You may be interested in something like, let's say, makeup for a girl like me. So there are those that you see that are makeup tutorials, or how to do something that you're good at. And this is such a good way of practicing things that you're good at. Because there are those things that you like doing. Like, for example, if for us, we like talking to teens, or we are interested in talking to teens, so we decide to start a vlog and start talking about teen issues. So it's a creative way of putting out what you know there. And I feel like teens can also get into this and start creating amazing videos of what they're doing, and also teaching people to do these things. Yeah. And then there is YouTube, where you can learn things. Like, you can learn how to be a graphic designer, interior designer. There are tutorials everywhere. So I think watching YouTube videos is really, really helpful, and you get so much knowledge. Nowadays, if you don't know how to do something, just go on YouTube and say how to do this, and there is a tutorial on it. Yeah.
Does TikTok, vlogging, blogging, YouTube, does it cost any money? Would it cost apparent money?
Data.
Apart from airtime?
Internet.
Oh, only on internet.
Well, I think that the
Yeah.
resources are readily available in the house, because it's just a matter of you having the Wi-Fi connection, which I believe so many people have right now, because it's like a necessity in this time of COVID, and a gadget. That's all.
That is all.
That is
Yeah.
all.
So what will my child gain by doing TikTok? I think make me understand more. I mean, all this TikTok, vlogging, blogging, and being a YouTuber. What will my child gain if I allow them to do it? Yeah. Is it a life skill or something? I don't know.
I think it helps.
Yeah, life skills. I feel like skilled.
Yeah, go Paulette, go Paulette.
Go ahead, Zuze, go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to say that It's a platform that it helps you to express your creativity. So when creativity is just within, and you don't have a platform to express it, it makes it's harder to actually grow into it. So those TikTok platforms, you don't need like connections like the way back in the days people were. Like if you want to be a musician and you have your song, you have to go to the radio station or you have to know someone at the TV station to showcase your talent and your gifts. But with TikTok, all you need is an account and your friends follow you, and then you can showcase and express every type of talent that you have. So it actually makes them grow in what they already know and how to express it, and gives them an audience, a platform to do that. Yeah.
Wow. So you're saying if my son can sing, yeah, in TikTok, he can go and sing, or even on YouTube, there are tutorials where he can be taught how to sing some keys.
Yeah.
So there's actually good out of the internet. Not all is bad and gloom. Yeah. What about maybe Judah? You'll touch on us about Netflix, because parents we are very wary about Netflix. So should we? Okay, we've talked about they can do TikTok. How long does it take? I don't know. To do it takes I've seen it can take a while, for someone to do a perfect dance on TikTok. Yeah. And they can vlog, then they can blog, then they can do YouTube. But on Netflix, it's at what point when they're just sitting down, it's called when they're chilling, or what values on Netflix?
So Netflix is currently, as everyone is at home and there's no school, I really believe it's the time where parents and their children can all spend time together and bond. So it's not just, they can also do that, but there's also a space which Netflix has created called what's the name? Netflix Party, which allows the people to watch movies and then chat on the side. So it's for community. So in as much as we want to keep them safe and prevent them from indulging in other activities, if we can, like somebody has been learning or reading their book or reading a storybook for like a long time or for some number of hours, and we come home or we don't go to work or we stop working, and then we just come and sit down and be like, yo, come over, let's watch a movie together. It's a way of also bonding with them and getting to know them more and getting to know what makes them light up, and then you can strike up some conversations and stuff. So it's really important that parents get to connect using these tools available and things they already pay for, like Netflix.
Yeah.
It's already paid. So I still am on the TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to tie it with passion. But I don't think any of you has talked about passion. So I'm thinking of if my child is good in piano, or any instrument, maybe that's the passion. I'm not the one, that is his passion. That's why he wants to go. Or even in football, can these tools help this child add value to the passion that they have?
Yes.
Can TikTok do that?
Yeah.
How?
So, TikTok, unlike Instagram, unlike the Facebook, it doesn't target your friends. It targets the whole world. So your content in your backyard or in your room with your piano, with a child's piano, gets to really reach everybody in the world once they open TikTok. So it's a platform for discovery. It's a platform for discovery, and also for growth for artists and for people who want to create content. But currently, TikTok is like the foundation or the basic place for transportation of content or production of content, Instagram. So a number of content on Instagram now were made on TikTok, which means that once you get to go on TikTok and then somebody also gets to share your content freely, making you popular or putting your brand out there through Instagram and other platforms and WhatsApp and all that. So it's really key that parents encourage and monitor the usage of it in terms of their kids being on it here.
Yeah.
Zuze, you're saying something?
Yes, I think in the world where we're living in right now, careers are evolving. Back in the days, it was just, I want to be a doctor, and, a number of careers that were, professions that, parents would go to and say, okay, you can be this. But right now, people can actually be content creators and develop a passion for it and make money out of it, because it falls, things like those actually can fall into marketing and advertising and everything, because it starts from TikTok. You just making maybe a funny video. The only thing that I can say is it has to be guided. Spot the passion, spot the talent, and guide it to a place where it's not just entertainment, or it's not just them passing time, but sell a vision to a bigger thing, so that when they're seeing even the other people on TikTok who have made it big, those are actually their inspirations. They look at those people who have made it big. Now they have red cards for advertisement. They have red cards for just making a video, and those are their inspirations. So as a parent, I think it's good to support that talent and that passion and say, you know what, okay, this is your passion, I see it, but it has to be guided so that it's not leading to some other bad things. Yeah.
I like what you said. You said the parents support the talent and guide it, and such it can make it big. And what Judah said is we are in a international platform. We are in a worldwide village. So that talent can be spotted anywhere in the world, and you never know where your child is going to reach in this world. But there's one thing I know, Judah, you're very passionate is reading and writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have children who, let's not assume all children want to do TikTok. Not all of them want to do YouTube, just want to talk. There's some who actually are good in reading, just want to read and write. So in this holiday season, these 6 months, how would you advise the parents to work with that kind of a child?
So if you already know that your child likes to read and write stuff, like, just give them a challenge. I feel like now this is the season to give children challenges based on their passion. Or you can help your child try so many things and then figure out what they are into. But if they're already into writing and reading, then you can just tell them, you know what, I give you the next 6 months. Look for a tutorial on how to write a book. I'll help you sell it. I'll help you publish it. I'll help you do this. And then empower them to do it and help them watch stories of other people who have done it. And by the end of this 6 months, like, you have amazing stories to tell. Yeah,
that's good. So you actually look for a tutorial on how to write a book. So since you're a writer, you'll have figured out already the titles you want, yeah? And work with this child and let them even write a small book. And by the end of the 6 months, you say this child will be an author.
Yeah.
Is that not amazing? Amazing, yeah? And what about the children who are artistic? And are there any tools who can draw? Are there any tools out there they can use?
Yeah, I think I can say something about that. Me being a graphic designer, when I went to school, I learned about the basics. But because of YouTube and the tutorials that are there, I was able to expand my skill in those things. So go on YouTube. If your kid is interested in drawing or sketching or digital art, you know, those videos are there. Just, I like what Judah is saying. Give them a task, give them a challenge, give them an expectation at the end of the day, so that they are immersed in the learning, and they're not just doing it because, you know, you said it and everything. Yeah.
Okay, so now away from the internet, what other things, you know, like they can't have a lot of screen time throughout the day. Yeah. They can't be on. Yeah, because I'm assuming some of them are still in tuition, some of them are still in school if they are working, if they're online. Some of them have. Okay, so I'm wondering, away from the computer, what other things can we do the children? And you know, there's COVID, so they can't go out to play. So in the house, what other things, Paulette, what other things do you think you can use their hands to, just to make them busy?
I feel like it's such an amazing time to teach children how to do the basic things, even at home, like cooking, baking. It's an amazing time, like amazing way to spend time together, and doing DIYs, like do it yourself kind of projects. Like maybe if you want to change up your house, so we paint the house together, or we just put on wallpaper together. You know, these are handy skills that are gonna come in handy. So you can do these things with your kids, especially now everyone is baking. So I feel like it's a good challenge, baking, cooking, DIY projects at home. It's a very good idea.
Come up with recipes and cook, and bake queen cake, and that can be done. I know what I'm doing in my house is since there are little or no visitors, and the ones who are coming knowing that they're coming into the house, So we've actually, the sitting room is like now a playground. That's where we are doing a lot of activities in the house. We've pushed away the sofa sets and the activities are being done around just the sitting room, because people cannot move out. We even played kati in the house, believe it or not. And I'm very sure most of you don't know what kati is. These guys don't know what kati is.
I don't know what kati is. I want to ask, what's kati?
And parents out there, that's what you can do with your children. What you do is just get I know you've played, let me explain to it. Get an old socks, put maybe another old socks in, or papers, and wrap it, and then become a small ball. Okay. Then put bottle tops in between, like 10 or 15 of them in between there. So one person stands this one side, another person stands one side, and throw the ball and try and hit the person in the middle. The person in the middle will try and arrange the bottle tops until they pile off. That's kati. You see those games that we used to play with Paulette?
And
remember rounders? Rounders,
You can play rounders. And you can play bladder. I play bladder with my children. Yeah, those are the games that you can play. And if you have little children also, let them go on top of your back and become the horse, and let them walk around the house. As in, just make the thing as creative as possible to keep this busy. I want to talk about exercise. And Judah Zuze is one who's big on exercise. So what do you think that parents should do about exercise at home? Should they introduce, or they have started already?
Yeah, I believe exercise is really key. And I never used to exercise like seriously until COVID happened and I was at home. And I realized that even walking from my bed to go to the kitchen for breakfast was beginning to become a problem. So I needed to like make myself more active, because you sit behind the computer, you do your stuff, or you even sit on the bed and be on your computer and work from your bed. The only time you stand up is to go eat or go to the washroom, and that is it. So then exercise became like really a major thing. I feel like what parents can do. And also for me, I'm all about family and quality time. So it's also a time to bond. So there are so many exercises online and stuff that people can do together, or even on mobile phone. There are apps that you can download and then to give you a routine or something to do. And you can do it with your son, with your daughter, and you can also get to bond and create that healthy, loving relationship also. Yeah.
Zuze, you want to add something on exercise?
I think the process of it is what I would speak into. What I mean by that is when family, when a dad and the son are working out together, it's more easier. If you go to a gym alone, you find it so hard to work out. Like you need a gym partner, you need someone to work out with, you need motivation. So if they can, do it together, like schedule a time, a particular time, and do it together, and have set goals. Like I always believe in goals. Like when you're working out, this is what I want to be, or if you want to lose weight, or if you want to gain muscle, this is where I want to be, and take that up, take that challenge, and run with it. Yeah.
Oh, well, we've talked about TikTok. We've talked about the exercises. We talked about vlogs, introducing your child to blogging. And if they like writing, give them a challenge. Yeah, they can have tutorials online. We talked about YouTube and playing at home, playing games. All these are some things that you can do with your child. But I want us to go back, and we discussed this earlier, and it's important to bring it out. And before I do that, I want to acknowledge Nicoletta. They're watching. Thank you so much for watching. Maureen, Wainena, thank you so much. Pauline, thank you. Carol, and Jazino, thank you so much for watching. And Jazino is saying, and following keenly, he's saying his comment is very interesting. Typing is a necessary skill. Children should learn to type, and that will save them a lot in the future. I think it's true. I think there's a time when I let them type, especially the ones who are doing writing and reading. It's important for them to type. I can imagine when we started, we used to like look for one finger at a time. Thank you so much, Jazino, for that comment. Please add comments, give us more comments and questions as we move on. So I would say I know we've touched on all these things, but let us remind ourselves the downside. And the fear and the challenge for most parents is what comes out when I leave my child on TikTok, on blogging or YouTube. What will pop out? So maybe we need to, what do we do? What are these things that we can, is there anything we can do to prevent it? Can you slightly just talk about it? Can we do anything to prevent things that are popping out when an innocent child is just doing TikTok or YouTube? Yeah. What are these things? Maybe Zuze, you'll start.
That's a very tricky one. When it comes to preventing, I think the greatest prevention is instilling values in the kid. But also, I think in a practical way, what we can do is, if they are interested in, learning a skill on TikTok or expressing themselves on TikTok, their page should be about that, and what they're looking for should be about that. So you can also be in their TikTok and follow them. Download the TikTok. It doesn't hurt to download the TikTok and follow your kid on TikTok and see what they're posting, and also encourage them to show you everything that they have done, so that you guide them. The beauty about it is when you give them a task and they come to you and show you you can actually not like judge them to say, no, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that, but give them a bigger picture of why, you know, they can't do that or why they have to do it this way. So it's about you being involved in their creation, in their learning, and in their whole process of just engaging and interacting with TikTok. Yeah.
So be part of the process.
Be part of
Yeah.
the process.
Paulette, what do you think? Because I'm thinking of cyberbullying, yeah, self-esteem issue, peer pressure issue. What can you tell us about that?
I feel like, first of all, please talk to your children about cyberbullying. Please, like, just talk to your children about these things, especially because maybe some of them don't understand what it is to be cyberbullied. Because there are also this thing that has come up about pedophilia, where I post a TikTok and I am a teen, and then someone who is old enough to be like my grandfather comments, you know? There are those weird comments that someone is gonna put. So it's good to talk about these things. Just talk about the dangers of cyberbullying, the dangers of people commenting. Not everyone is gonna love whatever you're putting out there. People have their opinions, but also being confident to know that the reason why you're doing it, and also the values that have been instilled in you, and know that I will move on, I will go on, I'll keep on posting. I know what I am posting. It is for my good. I'm putting out things out there because I am learning, you know, giving them these values of knowing that it's fine. Because people will always have their opinions, and people can be very, very rude and very unkind on the internet. And they lose their self-esteem and they lose their confidence, you know, because someone is gonna comment and I'll be like, no, let me stop doing it because, you know, people don't like my things. But just keep on telling them, you're beautiful, I love you, good job, baby girl, continue. Like, just be your children's cheerleader. Like, be your children's cheerleader, be the support system they need, and that's all.
Judah, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, so for the preventing of the content on the, like, if you are scared for your children now being able to use these apps and be on TikTok and all that. So on Play Store, there's a way you can use parental control. There, if you go to the settings, you can control the apps your children can download and stuff. And then there are also some applications you can download on their phones, which will prevent them from accessing adult content on their phones. I feel like parents should research on how to really be able to control what they see. They should know, like, as a parent, you should be the one to tell them, not the world telling them, because then you don't know what the world will tell them. And to take, yes. And also for cyberbullying, it has become a culture, because you even have artists like 50 Cent and all that who have made name out of cyberbullying. And that is what they thrive on, in cyberbullying. So it's also a culture which young people are also picking up, that they will start dissing people and saying stuff to people who have large followers online, just to get attention on their pages. So yes. Yeah.
What I'm hearing for you is discuss values and I like, Paulette, what you've said is tell your child the danger of talk to them about the danger of social media. Yeah, tell them what they'll expect. Yeah, and walk with them, walk the process with them. Yeah, and there's one thing I know is I don't know how it might be very difficult for a young person to realize is it's really not, when you're starting, it might not really be the number of likes. I don't know if it makes sense, but it's not about the number of of maybe likes you get. It's actually the number of seeing yourself trying to do this thing and trying to perfect your art as you move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're singing,
Mm.
sing and record and listen and send to a few people around your circle that will give you feedback. Yeah. It will take some time, but by the time now your video maybe is being shared, it's now getting into it's good. It's almost, yeah, it's good. But there's one thing I also want to talk about, and then I want us to get out of the internet. Yeah. What about gardening? I mean, people just love. There's some children who just they love plant. You can buy keeping chickens, starting a project. Yeah, especially if you have a small garden behind there. You can do. Or what do you think? Although there's something I want to say, and that's why I'm seeing Paul laughing. Is there's somebody who I'm told of a story of a young man who was planting a certain plant in the house. So the mother, you needed to listen to his parents. The mother actually thought and was so happy that this young man loves gardening, and all of a sudden he's changed and he's into plants. And when friends come to visit the house, the mother would take the friends out and show off my son now is just gardening and he spends his time just taking care of this plant. One friend told the mother, one day, the mother showed one of her friend, and the friend told her, Mama so-and-so, as we are always called. See mtoto wako hii. This is bangi. This is not bangi, this your son is. So parents, we need to be very careful when you're introducing your children to gardening. They're not planting bangi in your house. And that's a true story.
Yeah.
You know, the flowers were nice green on the glass panel, on the side of the sitting room and everything. And only one friend knew how bangi looked like. So we need to be careful. But I know, what do you think, Paulette? Isn't gardening part of something that the children can start doing, planting a seed, a bead, tomatoes? Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's an amazing project, and then gardening is just so peaceful. It just gives you peace. You're happy, especially because it's a project where you see a small tiny thing become such a beautiful thing. So I think it's good. Gardening, even small chicks, like farming generally, small, like you get to chicken, you put them there, or rabbits. And then you tell them, okay, so this is a project. Make sure you feed them, make sure you take care of them. Yeah, so if it's gardening, make sure you pour water on them, take care of them. So yeah, it's a fun thing you can do with your kids, and I think they'll enjoy. Yeah.
They can enjoy it,
I think just to add on what Paulette is saying, I remember growing up, my dad always bought a dog, even if one died. So we had like farm animals at home, and then he always bought a dog, and that dog was my responsibility. So when the dog is hungry, I am going to be hungry. If the dog doesn't eat, I am not eating. I thought that was harsh, but growing up, I realized that he was teaching me responsibility. He was teaching me to be responsible for things, and eventually I got to understand, even because I could cook for the dog. I had to cook for the dog, and I learned how to cook, but also how to be responsible. I was keeping time to say, okay, this is the time that the dog has to eat. So there's value in doing those activities, because not only do you get them to pass time, but they'll also be learning to care for things, to care. Even the Bible says it. I mean, if you don't take care of your dog, then it says it in Proverbs. And I believe that they get to learn some responsibility upon doing that. So it's really good to get them to do some such things.
Well, thank you so much. Job has joined us. Mweni, saying she's watching and learning. Catherine has said, yeah, they put filters. I think she was talking about the social media when we were talking about.
Yeah.
And then there's something Catherine has said, knitting and sewing.
Yeah.
That can also be something that they can do. Even both boys and girls can knit and sew. Yeah, with the cold weather it's about to finish, you make yourself a scarf. As in you target, just tell your child, you know what? And like what Judah came up and said, give them, let it be a fun thing, yeah? And compete. Let's see who is going to finish this for the other. If you finish this for the other, this is what we'll do, and this is what I'll take you, and this is what I'll get for you. Something very inexpensive. So buy crochets and knit scarves, something that they'll use, and let them choose the colors that they want. And that's a very good idea. Thank you so much, and Catherine. The other thing I also want is we need to touch on is about and Zuze mentioned. In fact, my thoughts are off because I saw a very good point from Catherine about knitting and sewing. But let us talk about Paulette, body confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
As this time where there's exercise going on, everyone is talking about they're going to add weight, they're going to lose weight. Our little teenagers are listening to us talking about that. Yeah. The boys are hearing their fathers saying they're going to get a big stomach and they're not going to be buff. The mothers are listening also to them. The girls are hearing their mothers saying that they're going to lose their waistline and they're going to add weight. So tell us, what does it do about all this talk? Because you're at the house and like, hey, I don't want to eat this, is going to add weight. What does this do to a little 16-year-old about their body?
I feel like when you're 16 years old, you are very, very, very like aware of your body. Like when you become a teenager, now that's when you start being aware of your body. And the world they have told the kids how they need to look like. Like, I feel like, yes, it's good to be healthy. It's good to look beautiful, but you don't have, you don't have to always cry, always be stressed because you need to look like Kim Kardashian or you need to look like a certain person. Because when you go to social media, the things they see there, someone who look, they call it snatched nowadays. You need to look snatched. You need to have a tiny waist. You need to have curves all over. And then you're like, what? The things that these guys are doing, most of them are not even going to the gym. They will run to the doctor. The doctor will give them exactly what they are looking for. So I need parents to just assure their children, affirm your child, tell your child, you're beautiful, you are gorgeous. Like, let no one tell you that you're not. Because honestly, this is where they start feeling really bad. Like, you find girls who are doing some weird things, like, you're like, hey, okay. Because Rose, there is this thing that I saw models do. There was also a documentary about it, how they eat and then force themselves to vomit.
Yeah, it's a disorder. Yeah.
Yes, I have had teens who actually do that.
Bulimia, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, bulimia. I've had teens who actually do that because they
Wow.
tell you, I want to look like that person. But honestly, you're beautiful. Like, you look so amazing. I don't even get. And this person who's telling you that, and then you're looking at yourself and you're like, hey, you look so beautiful. Like, let the world not tell you. And parents need to affirm their children. As I've said this before, affirm your children. Just affirm your children. It's important. Because the world is going to tell them what to do.
And the boys.
Yeah.
What about the boys? What's the confidence in the boys? I mean, do they have issues like the girls are having?
I think the boys, honestly, the boys will have it the hard way. I mean, you should work out. If you're a boy, I'm just going to tell you straightforward, you should work out. And it's not about just, building muscle and, having that body that you can show off. It's not about showing off. the problem is when we put it like it's about showing off and getting likes on Instagram that you have this nice body, then you're missing the point, you know. So we should be able to tell our teenagers that there's more to bodybuilding, there's more to staying fit and healthy than just, you know, you posting on Instagram and getting likes. Same thing goes to the girls. I mean, there's more to that than just, you know, putting up thirst traps on Instagram. I don't know if you know about that.
Yep.
Bro, but
Oh, what are test traps? I mean, we're now moving closer. What is test? What is a test?
Thirst trap.
Thirst.
Oh,
Thirst
thirst
trap.
traps. Thirsty, like drinking
Yes.
and trap. Oh,
Yes.
okay. What are those?
So these are pictures that are a bit titillating, that they reveal certain body parts and everything. So I don't know. They post pictures that are sexually arousing.
Oh.
Yeah, I should.
Yep.
put
So
it
that so it helps with what? To get likes and views.
Yes. Likes, views, and, you know, fame.
And these are children as
DMs.
young as 16, 15 years.
There's a hashtag body goals.
Huh?
Body goals. is the
Hashtag
body goals.
nobody goes.
Yes.
Oh,
No,
body
body-
goals.
Body.
Oh, guy, well then. Hey. Jehovah, we are going to pray.
Amen.
I like what Pauline has said. That is very true. To assure and affirm the child, it goes a long way. So they don't have to go to this body hashtag body goals. And you know what? At the end of the day, also, it's life skills, the chores at home. Yeah. So are your children doing chores? I mean, you guys, I'm assuming you guys grew up doing chores at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, what chores did you do? I mean, you just said about washing cars,
Yep.
washing
And-
dishes, and
Cooking. I cooked growing up. I
Yeah.
worked.
cooking. And cooking for both boys and girls. Not that because you're a boy, you can't go to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ironing
Then-
for my dad, like, I needed to do that.
Ironing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tidying up the house. Yeah. In our parenting class, especially for the teens class for parents, I've just remembered, the first thing we give them is a questionnaire. And the question, one of the questions the questionnaire we ask them is, do you trust your teenager, your 13, 16-year-old teenager with your 3-year-old child? Yeah. And that question is not easy for most parents. Yeah. Would you trust them at I'm leaving the house at 8, I'll come back at 6 and 7, and I've left my 16-year-old son, yeah, with the 3-year-old sister to take care of them just because I'm away for that day and I'm going to work. Will they be able to do that? Yeah. Maybe that's a question parents, you need to ask yourself.
Yeah.
Because a 16-year-old should be able to take care of a house and doesn't burn anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? At 16-year-old, I hope all of you guys, being quiet means you're doubting them. What do you think?
No,
That's
no,
a
no.
life skills now we need to teach them now. This is an opportunity. If you're not opportunity to teach, you have 6 months. Why are you quiet, Judah? You're doubting.
I agree with you that this is a skill we need to teach them. But then I don't know if we've taught them enough to do that.
Wow.
I think in this day and age, in our time, we were not just trusted enough, but I think we were taught enough. We were not just trusted enough.
Wow, no. So Paulette, you tell me, we can't do that nowadays. There are few. They are there, but there are few.
We need to, but unfortunately, parents are not doing that. Like, I have sat down with teenagers who tell me they don't even know how to wash their own underwear. Like, they don't even do that because they have a house help. They have someone who's doing all these things for them. Like, they can't do nothing. And then you expect this same child to go outside there, and you've left them in a hostel somewhere. Where? Where you enter people's hostels and you're wondering, where did you come from?
You're touching your nose.
Which
smelling. Judah, you're really laughing. You really get amused. It's possible. It's happening. Children cannot even wash their own innerwears because parents have not trained them the life skills to do so. Yeah. So you have 6 months parents now. Honestly, by the time a child is even 6 years, they should be able to wash. It might not be clean, but an underwear should be washed. But 6 years, they should be washed. And their underwear, it may not be clean, but let it get washed, and maybe you repeat after that. But by the time they are 10 years, they should be able to wash it as clean as possible, hang it somewhere and hang it and wear and change themselves. By the time they're 16, a 16-year-old child, whether boy or girl, should be able to take care of the house when you're not present. Yeah. So if you know yourself out there and you're listening to us and you're wondering, what am I going to do with my child, 16-year-old, Form 1, Form 2? The whole day is so long, 6 months. We've caught you now. Teach them life skills. Teach them how to take care of that house when you're not there. Because when you look at them at 16, give them 10 years, they'll be out of your house. Will they be calling you take care of their hostel in campus? Teach them now. The government has given you 6 months to teach your child life skills. Parents, you are the parent now. You are the teacher. You are the pastor. And you are the auntie. You are the help. Do it. 6 months. Divide yourself. Somehow you will do it. Divide yourself and teach that child how to work on himself for the next 6 months. Yeah. And maybe we can talk about schedule. And Zuze, you brought up, I like what you brought up about guiding. So as much as we are telling parents that they are the pastors, the teachers, the helps and everything, maybe we need to guide some parents how to do this. Yeah. So could you maybe tell us how would a parent do this? Then Judah will add and Paulette will finish up. How do we do that?
Okay, I think I like what you mentioned there, schedule. It's very important because now with COVID, we all, I think it's a problem for all of us. We lose track of time. And for teens, they can get out of hand because they have they have a lot of time. So I think they can divide their time in the in categories, like, okay, this is the time for school, for self-development. This is the time for entertainment. This is the time for, learning life skills and everything. And then with those categories, then they can actually put markers like times. Okay, I'm gonna do this for this long. Okay, this is gonna be my screen time. This is gonna be my self-development. I'm gonna read a book from this time to this time. So they should come up with a schedule and give you like a timetable. I believe they in school they are told to have a timetable. They can actually come with that timetable at home right now, and you should be part of that timetable. You should see, okay, this is what you said you're going to be doing, and be the ones that will hold them accountable to that timetable. Yeah.
Judah?
First of all, you the parents also need to know what your timetable is, what your schedule is, so then you can also fix them into so that you have some time together. So if you know I work in the house from this time to this time, and this is the time I go to the gym. I go to the gym at 6 a.m. or I work out at 6 a.m. or I go for a run at this time. You can also include that time with your son or your daughter and say, this is the time we'll spend together doing this together. And this is the time we'll spend. But if you do things anytime, any day, then it is really hard. And I don't think after some time they will stop because they're not modeling what you're telling them to do. So it's important to really model what we tell our kids to do. Yeah.
Paulette?
Yes, I agree with the gentleman, and I think it's very, very important to have a schedule because it brings in discipline. When you have a schedule, you learn to be disciplined. Like it brings in discipline, so you know that I need to be doing this at this time, and I need to be disciplined enough to know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So it will also help grow discipline because you have a schedule, you know what time is for what and what time is for what. So it's a very amazing idea to have a schedule. It's actually important. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. I have 3 minutes in. When it comes to dealing with teenagers, young adolescents and young people, the key thing that parents need to do is to have a schedule. And that schedule has to be consistent. Yeah. And the schedule has to be followed with consequences. If not done, what will happen? This schedule needs to be written by the child, guided by the parent through the process. Yeah. And agreed on. It should not be top down. It should be down up. Yeah. But it's also very important for the parents to give room to these children, because as of now, in their head, they're thinking that they're repeating their class. Yeah. There's a lot of emotions going around the children now. The underlying emotions are many. So it's very important to understand your child's emotion and give them room. If you think your child is acting out, I think ask them. Go down to their level and ask them exactly what it is. Your teenager might not be acting out because you gave them a chore to do. They might be acting out due to frustrations. Because their thought, and the other day I had a question from a parent is, what do I tell my child that they're still reading and they're going to repeat the same thing next year and read? So these children are very frustrated. But I'll also want to add that I think schools are not doing a service to these children, because instead of teaching them lessons, yeah, geography, history, math, English, why can we not teach them life skills? Yeah, give them projects, teach them life skills. Yeah, if put the child, teach them as per their strengths, because you are a teacher and you know this child's strength. If a child loves music, go research on how will I expand this child's strength on music. Yeah, give them projects on gardening instead of teaching them this topic. Yeah, statistics, which I don't know, teach them about Vasco da Gama this time, and then next time again you're going to teach about the same Vasco da Gama who discovered Africa when we were still here, which I don't understand. Yeah. So I don't think we should, personally, the CS has said they're going to go back to the same class in January. So it doesn't make sense putting these children online, teach them lessons. What I would advise as an expert is what we should teach them now is life skills. Let's teach them and enhance their area of gifting. Yeah, and Paulette, Judah, and Zuze have really brought it out. If their gifting is in reading and writing, or in their arts, or if they love drawing, if they love the sports, why don't we not now let's work with them and enhance that life skill? Yeah. And let's give our children hope. Give them hope. This discussion of complaining that, oh, they're going to repeat, I think we need to tone it down, because the more you, and Paulette said it, we are the role models, right? So the more we complain that the government has made our children repeat, and their children are listening to you talking about where the government has made them repeat, I'll take my money to the bank. That child in January will already have formed an attitude that he's repeating, and he will not perform the way he was supposed to perform. Especially if your child is a candidate, you need to hold their hands very tightly and walk with them. So you need to ask yourself, as I close up, yeah, are you a parent whose glass is half full or half empty? And how are you holding your child and working with them in these 6 months? Because there's a lot that you can do with your child. All you need to do is just a new normal. You just look at, turn 3D. Just turn and look at it the other way. And like, now I have my children, I'm the, I'm the parent, I'm the teacher, I'm the pastor, and I'm the help. So which hat am I going to be wearing at what point of the schedule? And at the same time, I also need to go to work and get money for them. Wow, I think we need to go. I've said enough, but we have to have a parting shot. Anyone? We start with Judah, Paulette, then Faith Zuze.
For me, this is an amazing time, and it's a blessing in disguise. So let's take the blessing as it comes, and make sure we get to know the passions of our children in order to help them make decisions in the future. Because now they're at home. The only thing they can do is what they love to do now. So, yeah.
For me, all I can say is be your children's number one fan. Be your child's number one fan. Their cheerleader, their support. Let them not look for it anywhere else except home. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is the time of building. If your child is eating too much, teach them about fasting.
That.
And it's a time of building them up and preparing them for the world. So put your foot in it, like put your whole heart in it, in doing that. Because at the end of the day, you're the parent and they're not meeting anyone else.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'll say that this is a time, if you are saying you never had time, now you have time. Yeah. If you're seeing cracks, don't assume them. Don't assume those cracks. Try and mend them. If you can't do it, come for help. Look for help and let people help you. And I'll finish with Miriam Kimani's comment here. What she said is, affirmation helped my son redeem his self-esteem.
Wow. And
that's it. All we need is you walk with your child, hold your child's hand, and affirm. Just affirm that that we are in this together. Yeah. We're in this together. You're not going to do the same class again alone. Everyone else is here. We're all walking this together. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for taking your time and talking. I always enjoy my 1 hour talk every Sunday. I really enjoyed. And share the video, give us your comment, and give us topics to discuss. So bye, till next time, till next Sunday. See you. Bye.